Hello everyone, Drew Wilson of Your Era Gamer here, and today I got another update to my Minecraft adventure. In the previous video, I showcased all the expanded stuff that I did on my tree farm, but along with that I also had a giant tree fort, and the thing is that wasn't the entire story. I decided to expand not only my giant tree farm, but I also expanded my minecart system, aka the skytrain system. And this is where this used to go. It still goes this way, but that was my very first skytrain system. And months later, I created this. Yes, more skytrain. And one of the things I noticed was that, yeah, I do have a portal to a couple of nether portals. I can access the nether realm, that sort of thing. But the thing was, I only had this source of, like a source of snow. I thought maybe that would be useful near my base, and I thought there's got to be more snow somewhere. There's got to be a whole biome devoted to that, because I only had like one small mountain. So I started exploring this direction from the tree farm, and after a while I started giving up, thinking that there was actually something worth visiting over here, because as you can tell, this goes on for quite some time, and yeah, it took a while to build this thing, and I really was straining at the time my resources of iron, so I had to borrow some from my mountain mine for sure. And another thing I kind of noticed too after a while is if I'm just leaving this idle, that the frame rate sort of drops, so it almost looks smooth in a way, yet not smooth. But anyway, I found this additional cherry tree grove thing, and this just kept going. Like, I could spend just walking from one location to another. I could spend a whole Minecraft day doing this. But yeah, then it opened up into this giant valley, which was kind of nuts. There's a black sheep over there. And there just didn't seem to be much here, just more regular tree biomes, that sort of thing. And I thought, alright, well, I'll go one more mountain just to see if there's anything over here. And yeah, it just kept going and going and going, and I finally found my way to the other side here. And as it turns out, there was a few things over here. Get off of that. I found a giant tundra and a village. That's a village. I don't know if you can see it very well from here, but there's a whole village up there. So I created a stop, created a bed, 3 chests so I could get some snow, got a crafting table, and I went down this hill here. There's a giant hole for some reason. I don't know why. There's water in the bottom of that. So yeah, there's this frozen wasteland here, which contains a lot of snow and dark green grass. And since I was here, and I might be able to see more of the village, yeah, I can sort of see a few. Those are all peaks there. Anyway, I created another nether portal since I was here, and I created a metal door. The idea behind this one was that I was creating a giant fireplace, so you can see the mantle here, you can see the fire grates thing there, and it was just a giant thing, and I thought, well, it makes sense to put a metal door in there. And this is when I was learning that metal doors don't open on their own at all, so I had to create a switch here to open it, and I could go into the netherworld here. Don't have to. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that. And this was like the one location that I found myself deep underground somehow. So I did the usual crafting table, chest, and that guy's in the way. Don't want to mess with that. Why is that door open? I'll go this way. I had two entrances here. So I was kind of buried below ground a little bit. But yeah, I just found myself in a giant forest as well. And there's not a huge amount. It just eventually goes into lava, and that was about it. So again, I don't want to spend too much time in the netherworld, but that's what I end up encountering here. Close at that time. And anytime I want to leave, I can just go back here. And I have a side door just in case I accidentally close that and somehow need to get out. So I created a side door here just to make sure I could get out instead of having to bust open a side wall. But yeah, there used to be a couple of... Oh, there's a cave system there too. There used to be a couple of trees here, mostly spruce. This is the hole we saw earlier. Sometimes there's things that splash down there. There's a zombie heading my way. There's a polar bear there. I didn't know how hostile polar bears were. And there's this other thing over here. That is actually kind of weird. I don't know anything about that. But yeah. For like a village here, and I can create shovels and mine the snow if I want to. I thought it's good to have access to different biomes. I don't know how much is out here, but it's good to have access to it. And it just goes on for quite a distance as well. And see if I can access the village here, which I believe I can. Go up here. So yeah, it was a pretty decent sized village throughout here, and I was actually meaning to go through here and see if I can find anything that I'm missing in my crops, but I never did. Kind of move along here. Is there a way up? Didn't realize there's no way up. Alright. I don't have a snow shovel with me, or a shovel of any kind. But yeah, that's part of a village. I think there's more up here. I vaguely remember there being more up here. Yeah, there's more up here. There's even a small cave system in here as well. Don't know how risky that is. Purple flowers. An igloo or two. And a snow pig, I guess. And a black sheep. So it's something anyway. I mean, it's good to see some villagers every once in a while, though. Where are my villagers? I'm very confused by that. I don't go through here very often, but there was villagers last I saw. That is strange. But anyway, that was the village I found at one point. So that was kind of cool, and of course, I may as well showcase this. That's the valley I was building over. Yeah, that hurt. And it's a huge, huge valley here. Complete with river and even a little bit of lava, I think. Yeah, that's lava. Yeah, those little dots, some of those little dots are cows. But yeah, that was what I encountered. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, it was this. I basically more or less complete. There's a little bit more I added earlier on to the skytrain system, but I'll leave that for another video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here, and yeah. Until next time, What is your era?